Howdy y'all, Merry late Christmas. Today in this video, we're gonna be talking about this sexy, voluptuous thing called job hopping. Job hopping is when you hop from one job to another job. That's it. Credentials. For my first job hop, I made an extra $9,000 a year. If you ask me, I don't think that's bad. I think that's significant. How about them apples? We're gonna mix things up a little bit today, since I got some new little toys, some anal beads in the camera. And we're gonna be shooting some films and some vids with this stuff. Da. Shout out to Evelyn for letting me borrow her whip. Quick disclosure, haven't ridden a longboard in forever, so if I suck ass, you know why. It is cold as right now. Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm tired. I haven't done that forever. I think that job hopping is definitely an option everyone should consider if either you're not happy where you're working with, you want more pay, or you just want something different, like a change of scenery in life. Either way, job hopping, as long as you do it right, it's awesome and sweet. All right, guys, time for a little bit of story time. What was that? So back in NAM, aka 2011, I got my first job at Costco. It took me forever to find a job. I was willing to take anything to get. Pretty much it consisted of working 12 hours a day, night shift, and slaying that ass and making sure I meet the quota of the company for the type of thing I did. And I was only getting paid $11 an hour. It sucks straight ass. I stuck with Costco for like around, I want to say like 5 years. I stayed with the company a very long time because it was my first job. I felt kind of loyal. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna die for my hood and shit. No, did that for a couple of years. Sure, I swapped positions in the company and like front end or whatever. So I kind of got the gist of a lot of positions. But after the fourth year, I was like, you know what? I kind of want to I want to do Marines. And then I went, did my thing, came back, and then I went in all motivated. I'm like, all right, sweet. Moving with a little bit more swagger, more effort, more motivation in life. As the year went by, I felt like I wasn't being utilized to the best of my ability. And I just felt like I wasn't going anywhere. Point is, I was not happy with the amount of hours I was working. The time that I spent there, and then I was only getting paid $12 an hour. And I got tired of it, dude. Like, I want something else. $12 an hour now. And then I would just start randomly looking like, all right, what other jobs could I potentially get? And at this point I didn't really care as long as it was in Costco. And then I saw this position as a swim instructor, and I'm like, you know what, that sounds kind of kick-ass. And I saw that it was all year round. Got to work with kids, got to work with actual people. It looked like it was a small company, and I really wanted like a sense of community because in Costco, well, pretty much like in high school. That was scary. All right, hopefully I'm in the same position. Most likely not. You had your hip hop dudes, your ghetto dudes, bitches, sluts, fucking jocks. Yeah, it was like in high school all over again. It was weird, but it was for adults. It just felt separate. I wanted something fresh, affordable, and sexy, like Subway. Not sponsored. Anyways, I interviewed at the swim school. They liked me. They brought me on board, and the hours are pretty kick-ass, and just everyone seemed really cool. The cherry on top was the fact that they were paying me starting $15 an hour. What the fuck? I was slaying my ass for 4 years with nothing to show for it but $1, and then here comes this place paying me like what? Point is, I stayed with the company for a very long time, and they actually took care of me on like Costco, and then they gave me a lot of raises, not like big ginormous, but like, you know, cents there, $1 there. I was there for that company for another 5 years. Yeah, for another 5 years. But I actually didn't want to actually let go of that place because they were pretty cool. Just love the place. A lot of good memories. But eventually, you know, I thought about the future, and I'm like, okay, now I really got to think about the bigger picture. Like, what do I want to do and stuff like that. I couldn't stay there forever. But going back to the numbers real quick. Okay, $11 an hour or 12 all the way to 15 in just 1 second. Yeah, that's a big ass jump. I'm not sure if I'm doing my math right, but like starting off at like $11 an hour, if I were to work 8 hours for the whole year, 5 days a week, that would be like $21,000 a year. As opposed to the other job, it was, same thing, but all the way to $28,000 a year. That's a big jump from just moving a job. So you kind of see the magic right there of job hopping already as it is with just that little story. But I think that it could be utilized in a better way. I think if I were to tell myself back then how to do it, I think I'd tell myself to do it this way. Specialize, make sure that you know what the you want to do. Like, for example, I went to school for being a mechanic in the Marines. Did that job after leaving the swim school. It sucked ass. I didn't realize that I hated mechanics until I actually got a job as a mechanic. It's a different story if you want to do it as a hobby, but not as a real goddamn job. It's different. It sucked ass. Have a good idea of what you want to do. So let's say if you were to, for some goddamn reason, want to be a mechanic, right? As your first job, try to go to like AutoZone or something like that, something along in that industry, and then after you work there a year or something like that, try to get a job as a Jiffy Lube. Once you're in that Jiffy Lube, you can get some experience with rotating tires, and after that, you can probably take a look at like transmission stuff. You know what I mean? Like, then you can start compiling all these little small things to actually put on your resume, and then all of a sudden you become very valuable rather than just Costco. You can start looking around, post your resume on Indeed, and then you get scouted out, or just keep randomly applying time to time, and eventually there's going to be some. The guy smacked his ass. So you start to see a pattern here. Get a little bit of experience, and then jump to another job, get some more experience, and then after the Jiffy Lube, you could start potentially looking at really big things, like, for example, working at a dealership, In short, pretty much use job hopping so you can increase your happiness. If you hate where you work at, want to get paid more, want to get more experience for your next job, or if you want to get more experience towards the career that you want to jump into. That's pretty much it. All right, guys, so like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you have
a little story of your own about what was your first job, of how much it sucked and how much you got paid for it doing, or something like that, like a crack whore or something. All right, guys, later. Yeet.